Good morning from South Africa. Welcome to our session where we're going to talk to you about how to create your digital marketing strategy. My name is Irma Karsten, and I have my moderator with me, Christian Peterson, who's going to answer the questions in the chat for us, and also our back-end support, Christy Kavanagh. And thank you very much for joining into this session. Right, so welcome to today. We hope you're going to enjoy it with us. And let us then kick off. For those of you who may be watching a recording later, please enjoy with us. Right, so what we are going to talk about in this session is we're going to introduce you to digital marketing high level, and then discover a few digital marketing channels that will help you grow your business, and also how to then build a digital marketing plan. Please feel free at any time to type in any questions that you may have in the chat. Christian will be able to answer the questions for us in there, so thank you very much. Right, okay, so let us then kick off. Now, we are going to just do a brief introduction to digital marketing, and then let us just know, those of you who are online, what are the opportunities that you may get from being online for your business right now? Are there any opportunities that you could think of in terms of being online? A few of the in terms of the benefits of being online, there are loads of benefits. So it can give your customers an easy way to find you, right? That's the whole purpose of digital marketing, is to be searchable and for your potential clients to be able to find the solution that you have to offer. Some of the others are to be able to reach larger audiences, both regional and global. So being online actually expands the horizons to make it easier for you to reach a larger audience, and also to build your brand and gain credibility. Right, so think about it if you may join a little bit, if you've joined later, you're always welcome to type into the chat. Now, mobile in particular is changing how we act and behave as humans. So we, especially in the last year with the pandemic hitting, mobile behavior has changed dramatically in digital marketing. But over the recent years, there has been a significant increase in the usage of mobile phones. And, we've never been more connected to information, knowledge, and people, and actually having new information available instantaneously. So there are 2.5 billion smartphones users globally as of 2020, and there are 247 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. Right, so that is a massive amount, and 91% of South Africans own mobile phones, with 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively. So we have the answer to pretty much everything or any questions that we may have instantaneously available at our fingertips. So just to keep in mind that 60% of searches globally are via mobile. And we also have the power to do our own product research online. Now, 65% of people in Nigeria specifically have shopped online. So that is a massive audience that we have access to in an instant. Right, so let's just look at the importance of connecting with our target audience to actually drive sales. Now, research suggests that 80% of sales come from only 20% of the population for most brands. Right, it's the 80-20 principle that counts in digital marketing too. And this also suggests that in order for businesses to stay relevant and drive sales, they must connect with their target audience. While it can be challenging, this task is actually is in more reach than ever before. So online tools or digital tools have played a big role in unlocking opportunities for businesses online. By being online, you can be found by more potential clients. And if you are not there, people may use other businesses and find your competitors too, because they are online as well. So you can expand your customer base. People from all over the world can find you online 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you are also able to reach niche audiences, which then allow customers to find your products or services easily. And then people now go to search engines to look for businesses, products, and services. So there are many tools that can help. Google Trends, and Christian will type all the links for you in the chat. Google Trends is a tool that can help you compare the number of Google searches for your products and services in your country. in Kenya or Nigeria or South Africa, and you can compare it to how the search volumes in other countries too. So by being online, you not only get access to customers across the globe, but you also get really useful insight that can help you really inform your marketing strategy. So we're going to introduce you to a few free tools from Google, just to make sure that you really understand your target audience and really give them the right content so that they are able to find your business and your solution. Because that's ultimately what we do in digital marketing, is we offer solutions to the problems that the people who are searching for our businesses and services are looking for. And then we need to be able to be found online. So being online also allows you to gain access and leverage a host of analytical tools from various platforms. And with these tools, then you can conduct consumer research or market research and keep up with customer demands and changing behaviors and trends in your market. So the Google Marketing Platform helps you to then gain access to various tools, which will help you make the most of your marketing. So let's look at a few of these free tools. First up is Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics is a free application or a free interface where a tracking code is inserted on the back end of your website to track and measure the success of what happens on your website. Because in digital marketing, all paths lead back to the website, and Google Analytics help us to actually then understand when or what is the result of whether our website is effective or not. So Google Analytics, then the three main areas of focus in the Google Analytics reports or the data that is available is firstly about the audience. It helps us to see who are the people who actually get onto our website. We know who our target audience is and who we would like to market to and reach, but the audience reports will then tell us, who are the people that are actually coming onto our site? Where are they located? Which languages do they speak? Which technologies do they use? And what are their interests, so that we can help create better content for them. Then one of the other main reports is the acquisition reports. This tells us what is driving traffic through to the site. Where are these people coming from? Which of our channels are effective in driving traffic through to the site? And then the behavior reports tell us, what do these visitors then do when they come onto our website? Where do they enter? Where do they exit? How much time do they spend? And what is their experience on the site? Then another tool is Google Optimize. And this is where we can test different variations of where you can test different variations of your websites and apps to determine via analytical testing what actually really works best for your audience. YouTube analytics are fantastic to tell us a little bit more about how people are watching your videos, where they're coming from, what is the completion rate of, how many minutes do they watch of your videos, and also your top performing content. Firebase is also a Google product that help you to analyze or to build analytics specifically for applications or apps. Then Google Ads are fantastic to also support in terms of getting your content in front of the right target audience by, ultimately bidding on specific keywords that they may use to search for your content. And Google Data Studio is a often underutilized tool, fantastic tool, free, that will help bring your data to life. And you can also link up multiple data sources, not only your Google Analytics data, but from your social media platforms and other data that you may have available into Google Data Studio, and the interface will dynamically update your reports live as the source data may change. And also you can then create engaging, customized, beautiful, visible reports or visual reports that can help make your decision-making process easier. Then also in terms of brand lift surveys, this helps us to get fast, reliable opinions from real people and really understand what our audience actually want. So in terms of how we use Google Analytics is we can then, the demographics are broken down if we look at customer behavior, the demographics are broken down to show valuable insights into, who your product or service is actually resonating with. And when we use Google Analytics, we can find information about relevant information about these real people visiting the website. And it helps us to understand the customers more and make the marketing material, not just on our website, but in all channels we use, more relevant to help them make the right decisions. So you can also discover more about your customers via social media platforms. So social media analytics are very useful to gain insights in terms of your clients too. And most social media platforms offer built-in analytics. The example that you're looking at on the screen, on the left-hand side of your screen, is a screenshot from Facebook Analytics or insights in terms of the demographics of your fans on your Facebook pages. And on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see a screenshot from Twitter Analytics. Now, in these analytics on the social platforms, you can also find out more about the people who are interacting on your social media or with your social media accounts. What time of the day do you get the most interaction? And also the types of content that drive most engagement and reactions. Now, insights like these also help to understand your customers better. Remember that in digital marketing, all paths lead back to the website, right? So we use our social channels to connect with our potential clients, current and potential clients, on a more personal basis, but also to drive traffic through to the website, because that's ultimately where conversion will happen and where we will turn them into paying clients or loyal clients. Right, so social media insights can then also, or analytics can then also help to make the marketing material relevant on those channels to give your customers a meaningful connection with your brand. So we've discussed some of the benefits brought to you by analytics. So let's look at how we can leverage these analytics then to build an audience profile. Right, so when we use these analytics tools and the data they provide us, then a whole host of insights is available to us to help us to support our businesses and to stimulate growth. And these analytics are actually there to help you as a business owner to make the right business decisions in terms of your marketing, so that you can analyze what is working, what is not, where are the opportunities, where are the gaps. Right, so in terms of looking at the audience, we can then now determine who we are reaching, who our customers are, and then we can profile them and connect with them more successfully by using language that resonates with them, giving them content that will actually help to strengthen the relationship with your brand. In terms of traffic sources, we can discover the routes users take to reach your site and to find you online, and which tools and platforms are they using and where are they coming from. So in terms of content, we can then also determine how customers are reacting to your messages. Are you connecting with them successfully? Do they like your content? Do they engage with your content? And then in terms of conversions, the important thing to focus on is, are those customers taking action? Are they buying products online or signing up to your email list or clicking on your contact button to make contact with your company? And then ultimately successfully completing the customer path to purchase or donations in the case of NGOs, or what the action is that you ultimately need your visitors to your website to take. Now, on top of getting access to global marketing and making more informed decisions when making products and services and marketing material, being online also allows you to communicate and provide better support to your customers, because it's another channel for them to be able to get that real human touch and ask questions to a real human person or give them a human feel of your brand. So then this can help you to really provide better customer services, and you can communicate easily and quickly with your customers. So people can communicate in different ways. They can communicate with businesses through online listings like Google My Business or TripAdvisor or other social media apps where people spend a lot of their time and where users can actually really engage with other people. And that's the whole, point of being online on different platforms, to enable your visitors and your customers to communicate with one another and ask questions and interact. So communicating with customers on social media specifically has a few added benefits, because it will give you more insights into their demographics, their interests, their locations, which hashtags they use, what are they interested in, and it will improve those interacting channels and give feedback. Through they can get reviews, and you can also build credibility online. Customer loyalty can be built, and a broader customer base is reached via social media platforms. Then also customers, very often use reviews to make a purchasing decision. So it's really important to prioritize quality customer service and think about your own use online. How often we look at reviews from other real people before we make a decision in terms of booking at a restaurant or using the services of a company. To develop your brand identity is also important. A developed and positive image increases the likelihood of prospective customers doing business with you. And this communication can then be public so others can see it and it can help market your business. So responding to reviews can really help, but if you do not respond timeously and instantly, it can have a negative impact. So we don't only respond to the positive reviews, we publicly respond to the negative reviews too, right? So if you respond publicly, that can boost your brand image. Show people that you care. Show people that your brand and your company actually cares, and that and you believe in the quality of your product, even if mistakes happen. By publicly acknowledging them and giving a solution online or showing the human side of your brand can really have a positive impact. Right, so now we have an idea of the benefits of digital marketing for a business, but let's look at a few channels that we can explore before we put the plan together. Right, so if there are any questions, I don't see any questions in the chat at the moment, but please feel free to let us know if there are any questions. I'm just going to pause for a moment. I don't see any questions right now, but please feel free at any time to let us know, and Christian will be happy to answer your questions in the chat too. Right, so for those of you who are on the recording, let us know if you have any questions. Right, so then let us look into digital marketing channels. Right, so there are various channels available, and we're going to give a quick top-level explanation on how they work. Now, digital marketing is any effort that you use online to spread the word about your company, and we use the internet to reach people. So I said earlier, and I always say this, it's very important, all paths lead back to the website in digital marketing, right? So we use these different channels to ultimately get users to find the information that they're looking for, because your website is where it's actually your sales representative 24 hours a day, where potential clients, existing clients can find the right information about your company. Now, digital marketing is essentially anything that you do online to get more attention, and then ultimately sales, or however you engage with your potential clients or supporters or consumers. Now, as the digital age picks up speed, new channels are becoming available all the time, but it's important to understand what are the most established ones that will give you results right now. So if we look at search engine marketing is where we pay for advertisements to appear on search engines like Google and Bing, where users may search for specific topics or services. Then we can also consider social media marketing. This is where we use social media networks on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest to gain traffic and attention and reach new people where they are spending their time to relax. Display marketing is online advertising that appear in many different formats. It's usually where we use images or videos or animations and text links that may appear on many other websites across the internet. So display ads are those ads, and you may have seen them before, when you visit a website and you leave the website, and while you are browsing other websites, the previous website that you visited, they may serve an ad to you on other websites too. So those are display marketing or display ads. Then another channel that is really very effective in terms of getting conversions is email marketing. And collecting and using email addresses to communicate with users is very, very effective because it is cost effective and the data is owned by the business, where in social platforms, your followers do not belong to you, but in your email marketing, the data certainly does. And it's a very, very effective way for direct communication and to actually get users to take action. Right, then also in terms of content marketing, this is where we create and share different types of content like blog posts or videos or guides or downloadable checklists or infographics, where we attract the attention of our target audience with useful, relevant content and then grow loyalty and give them a reason to come back to our social platforms via giving them relevant, helpful content. So let's look at a few of these channels in more depth. Right, so search marketing is really all about using the power of search to reach new customers. Right now, this is what you're currently looking at is the search engine result page on the screen. So the appearance of search results on the page adapts to depending on the search that the user is making, but it contains three major things. The first thing you will notice is the search query. This is what someone has typed into Google or a search engine for information that they're looking for. Then the results that you see on your search engine result page is then either shown as ads or organic listings. Now, ads are those paid listings that appear above the organic listings. And you will see that there's a little sponsored or ad icon that appear next to these. Then organic listings are the sites that appear after those ads. And these have been then optimized to appear at the top of the search, but they are not paid for. Right, so let's look at organic listings first. And this will require you to practice search engine optimization. So how do we get started then with search engine optimization? Now, this method is used to boost your visibility on search engines because we all want to appear on page one. Right? And in short, we refer to search engine optimization as SEO. And this process really actually helps Google understand what is available on your web pages, what type of content is available on there, and then creating an experience for the users or the visitors or the customers to your website that is actually relevant to them. So search engine optimization, although it is a little bit technical, is actually geared to give users a fantastic user experience and relevant information based on what it is that they're looking for. So how do we get started then with SEO? So first, sign up for a Google Search Console account. Now, this is a free Google tool that will be able to help you analyze more accurately how your content and your website ranks on Google search. So you need to then submit your content to Google. So on Google Search Console, you then submit a sitemap that actually tells the platform what is available on your website so that it can be found when a user is searching for specific content. Right, so we submit the content to Google. Then via Google Search Console, you can then monitor how you are doing in search, what users are searching for, if your site is then displayed for those search terms, right? And whether users are then actually clicking on your content or not. And this then will send alerts on critical issues on your website if you may have slow loading pages or technical aspects that may not give your users a great user experience. So then it will also help you to, if there are any errors or issues on your site, broken links or slow loading pages, it will make it hard for Google to rank your content higher. So the whole point of search engine optimization is to ultimately be found on page one on search when users are looking for content that is relevant to your offering. Right, so we then need to help Google find your content. So that is why we submit a sitemap via Google Search Console, because then those Google bots or the SEO bots can understand the structure of your website. So when it then becomes indexed, Google understands how your site then links together. So that's why we submit a sitemap. And we always promote the website online and offline everywhere, because that is where where conversion happens, and that's where you actually get lead generation and new clients on your website. Right, so then always share fresh new content. The search engines want fresh content. Users want fresh content. Right, then lastly, the important thing is to optimize the content. Now we need to create valuable, relevant content that users really want and find interesting. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Google highly values useful and fresh content that help you find those users what they're looking for. So you need to think like your potential clients, your users. Create unique, accurate page titles, and then create logical titles and little snippets of information. And we also use heading tags to emphasize important text on the website. So, search engine optimization or SEO helps you to improve your website's visibility to people who are searching for the products or services just like yours. Right, so a few tips there. Just keep in mind there are no shortcuts for search engine optimization, and it's often a longer term process, but it yields long term results because this will help you to create relevant content for your audience even after you've stopped all your search engine optimization efforts. If it's done right initially, it will yield the results for a long time to come. So it's important to conduct keyword research. You need to really understand what are the words and phrases that people are going to use when they're searching for your products and services, right? And that is why the title and the meta description on your pages are very important because they are both used by the search engines to generate the actual result for the specific page that users will then be able to see. So the title is used to generate the first line that is shown in a search engine result page. And the meta description is used to generate a few short sentences or descriptive sentences that follow. So make sure that you then publish useful, high quality content and really understand your customers and optimize content to suit their needs. Because we do not build websites for search engines or for SEO. We build websites for people. We build websites for our potential clients to find content to help their lives, make their lives better in terms of the solution that you offer. Make your web pages search friendly. So in terms of on-page optimization or changes that you can make on your website's individual pages, then can help search engines better understand the type of content that is available and then give users the right results in search. There's no way to speed up this process. There are sneaky techniques, but in the long run, they do not yield long-term results. So don't try and we call it stuffing your web pages with keywords, repeating keywords multiple times on your website. That is not useful, and that will not speed up the process. So another way that you can enhance your business's visibility on search is with Google My Business. Right, so there is a lot of value in terms of using tools like Google My Business, which is free, and it helps to market your business online and improve discoverability on organic search. Right, so a very particularly effective area would be in local business listings in search results. So if you think about it, think about your search behaviors every day. A high number of searches every day are local, where users are looking for something near them, a shop near them, or a service near them. And, a high number of searches every day are actually local. And if you have customers that you can engage with in person and locally, where they could visit your offices and engage in person with your business, then you should definitely consider creating a listing in Google My Business, which is a local online directory, or on Bing and TripAdvisor and Yelp as an example. So we, as customers, as users of these tools, we ourselves use tools like TripAdvisor. We think about your own behavior. Before you make a booking at a restaurant, TripAdvisor can help us to look at reviews and what other people are saying, or hotels, or those types of businesses. So it's very, very useful as a business to be listed on these platforms. Now, Bing, Yelp, and TripAdvisor allow you to do the same as Google My Business, and it can be used to get instantly verified if you are verified by Google already. So Google My Business then allows you to create a free listing that can come up in local search, and this is considered as local SEO. So to help Google help you, you should have a more descriptive listing, which will then boost visibility for your listing. think like your clients again. What is it that they would be looking for? What are the words and the keywords that they would be looking for? So a descriptive listing that gives a clear, detailed description of your business will help customers find you, right? And if your listing is not complete, they may not be that keen to engage with your business in terms of the listing they then ultimately find. So how do you make your listing stand out? There are a number of factors that affect whether we as individuals, your clients, choose if a business is trustworthy or worth visiting. Firstly, images are very important. It is important for customers to see what a business looks like. What do their offices look like? Or in the case of products, what do their products look like? And in terms of reviews are really important in terms of what are people saying about a business or your business. And also in terms of the address, this helps with making it really trustworthy in terms of, is it a place that really exists? So one of the best ways to grab customers' attention is by posting fresh, relevant content to your Google listing. You can update it just like your social channels. You can update your Google listing, Google My Business listing, with business updates, new things that are happening, new promotions or news in your business, events that you may be hosting, maybe special promotions or coupons or deals, or maybe in the case of with lockdown levels changing, announcing maybe a change in your logistic hours or important information that your users or your customers need to take note of. Right. Okay. So let us then have a look at in terms of the marketing kit from Google My Business. This really helps you, and it is a fantastic tool that you can utilize for free to help customers stay informed, to give them custom information or posters or social posts, together with all the other channels that you are going to utilize in an integrated approach. And all of this can be updated on your business profile on Google for free. So it is a fantastic tool to make sure that users can actually find your site. Right, so let's just quickly have a look at how does search engine optimization, or SEO, compare to search engine marketing, or SEM. Now, SEO in essence is free, which of course is actually the main benefit, even though it may be very time consuming to make sure that your content is optimized and your website is optimized. But if the being free is the main benefit, but then it means you don't pay anything to search engines like Google, and your content is ranked based on relevancy to the search query of the user. Now, search engine marketing, or SEM, is where you pay, but only when someone actually clicks on your ad. So if your ad is served 10 times, but it's only clicked on once, you only pay once if you have optimized your ad for clicks, right? So then we optimize by sending relevancy signals to Google based on our website, or incoming links and other factors like reviews. Then with search engine marketing, or SEM, we just choose the keyword that we want to optimize for, in terms of if we know what our users are going to search for, which terms and keywords are going to use to search for our types of services. Then we choose the keyword and bid. So it's much easier to be visible for important keywords in SEM, the paid version, than SEO. So we mentioned this earlier. SEO can take a lot of time, right? Where it takes time to actually rank organically, and depending on the nature of the competition that you have out there, and also the type of search queries that you're trying to rank for. For example, ranking on the first page for pizza may take months. However, ranking for a pizza restaurant in Nairobi or in Johannesburg or Cape Town may only take a few weeks, as it's a lot more specific, and there will be lesser competition overall. Right, so now that we've looked at the differences, let's look at how we can get started then with the search engine marketing. Right, so to get started with SEM, there are 3 main steps. So the first step is to create a campaign on Google Ads. Now, you can log into your Google Ads platform with your Google account. If you have a Google My Business listing already or a Google account, you can log into Google Ads or create a Google Ad account. Now, each ad has to start with a campaign. Now, a campaign is always linked to a business objective. So depending on the objectives or the results that you are trying to achieve, that is how you will set up your campaign. Now, if you sell lots of products, then campaigns help to organize how you promote those different products. For example, as a shoe seller, I may have a campaign for men's boots or women's shoes or sandals. Right now, as we're focusing on search advertising, then you would select the search network to ensure that your ads are shown on those networks. Next, you will choose targeting options by selecting your goals. What is it that you're trying to achieve with your ad? And also, then you may want to consider by targeting your audience in terms of a city or a specific postcode initially. And the larger the geographic area, the more likely your search volumes would be higher, depending on the outcome that you're trying to achieve with your ad. Where are your potential audience? Where are they located? Is it important for you in your ads to focus on a specific city? Or is it more important to get more eyes onto your content, casting the net wider in terms of maybe a countrywide or geographical area that you may want to target? You can also specify which times of the day you would like your ad to be visible, or maybe only on specific days of the week that you want your ads to run or not run. So you in Google Ads, you will also be given the opportunity to set a budget for your campaign. So you are in control of your budget, but initially you will make sure that your budget is relatively low to begin with until you have enough data to make the right decisions in terms of how to optimize your bids and your budgets effectively. So you will enter a bid, but make sure that your bid is quite low so that you can get a gauge of how your keywords are performed. Remember that Google Ads are only displayed to users when they are actively searching for the keywords that you have picked to bid on. Right. So that is why picking keywords is really important for your campaign. And you can make your keyword list then related to your ad. So make sure that it is tightly themed and consider then matching options to strengthen the keywords that you are optimizing for. Right. So what are your business goals again? Do you want more traffic to your website? Do you want users to click on a specific link, to submit a form, to buy something online? What is it that you would like your potential clients to do? So then align your keywords with your business goals. Manage the match types in terms of how users are going to search for your keywords and how your ad should be displayed. And then also refine with negative keywords. Negative keywords mean maybe you don't want your ad to be displayed if someone searches for a specific term that could be unrelated to your content. I'll give you an example. There is a company in the UK, they are called Torpedo. It's an ad agency. But if someone is looking for information about real torpedoes, then they don't want to be ranked for in their ads. So the keyword match would then be in terms of marketing related keywords, and not when someone is actually looking for actual torpedo and you know what it is and how it works. So make sure that you write compelling advertisements. Keep your headlines in line with what people are going to search for. And be sure to include any special information like special offers or focus on user benefits. What is the problem that they're trying to solve, and how does your solution help to solve their problem? So focus on the benefits to them. Create copy or content that appeals across devices, mobile and desktop, right? And focus on your headline in terms of images, and implement ad extensions. So ad extensions are extra bits of information that can be added into your link that gives users more information or more opportunities to click on different pages on your site. So search engine marketing helps you to reach customers instantly in search engines and help reach the right people at the right time. Right, so let's look at a few tips for success. Now, I don't see a lot of comments at the moment, or a lot of action or questions being asked, but can anybody maybe tell me why having a strong and tightly themed keyword list is vital to a good search campaign? Any ideas from anybody online? Why is having a strong and tightly themed keyword list so important for a good search ad campaign? Any thoughts from your side? Anybody know why? Why do you think it is important? Just give it a second. There's a bit of a delay between when I can see your comments and when you can see them. So I'll just give it a moment. Right? Why is a strong and tightly themed keyword list so important? I'll come back to the comments a little bit later if there are any. Right, but now you need to curate your keyword list. So the relevance of a keyword to an ad impacts the click-through rate and the quality score of your ad. So the more often your ad gets clicked on, the higher your quality score will be in the Google ad ranking, and the less you have to then pay for your bid position. Right? So just keep that in mind. It is very important to make sure that your keywords are relevant to what your audience is actually going to search for your ad to be displayed. Right? So again, the more often the ad is clicked on, or the more clicks the ad gets, the higher the quality score. So let us then talk about Google Ad extensions. So what are those extensions? Now, one of the quickest and easiest ways you can improve your click-through rate is by implementing ad extensions into your Google Ads. Now, you may have seen that, and maybe you could do a quick search on Google and go and look at what those ad extensions look like. These are those text ads who are a little bit larger than normal ads, but they have extra links or information that users can then click on. Right? So these make your ads stand out and can give further content or context to your overall proposition or your overall value proposition. Now, they are also completely free to add, so there's no extra cost in terms of adding Google Ad extensions, and you can actually make your ads cheaper in the long run because you have more click opportunities visible for users when you utilize ad extensions. Right, so now you need to connect your Google Analytics account to your Google Ad account. So that helps to see directly how visitors who clicked on your ads and landed on your landing pages are guided through their journey then on your website. As we mentioned earlier, the behavior reports in Google Analytics can show us where do users enter your site, how do they engage with your content, where do they exit, what is their journey across your site, right? And if they eventually then convert into becoming paying customers or loyal customers to your brand. So let's look a little bit deeper into display ads. Right, so social media is sorry, did I just say display ads? I meant social media, right? So social media is where a lot of people spend their time online. All of us, we all spend our time online on social media. And this is, as we mentioned earlier, a fantastic way for businesses to communicate with their audiences by being visible where they are spending their time or where they're hanging out, right? So it's also a good top and bottom of the funnel marketing activity because on social media, you can reach new people, top of the funnel, right? And then nurture those relationships and nurture current customers to turn them into advocates of your brand and spread the word on your behalf. That's ultimately what we want. Now, if you're considering starting social media for your company, or you maybe need to persuade your decision makers for why it is a good fit, there is some value that it can add. So it can definitely generate more sales or generate leads, right? Now, with up to 77% of the population in Africa on social media platforms like Facebook, it's a good place to connect with new customers, reach new audiences. There are new business opportunities. We have the ability to highly target demographics and interests and behaviors on social media. We can build relationships and networks. So it really can add value to your brand because it's often used for customer service when we use chatbots and users can ask questions, frequently asked questions, and we have those pre-populated answers set up. So, but it is important to understand the whole point of social media is social side. So it's not a one-sided conversation, it's a two-way conversation. It enables two-way conversation opportunities with your brand. So this is where you can raise customer service levels, get those interactive conversations going, show a new human side to your business, and build your communities. Right, so if you understand your customers better, it can help to improve your marketing. Who they follow, who does your customers follow? What are the questions they asked? What is the content they engage with? So when do they follow? It can help to get you noticed on search, attract more visitors to your site, can help you to gain insight into your customers. And also you can keep an eye on your competitors. Right. Okay. So I see some of the answers to the questions coming in about a good keyword list. San says to get your ads ranked. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. And then Michael says it makes your business visible to customers searching. Definitely. So yeah, thank you. Coming back to those the keyword questions is remember that with search ads, your ad will only be displayed if a user is searching for the actual keywords that you have bid on or that you have highlighted in your ads. So that is super, super important. Thank you. Thank you for those answers. Right. Okay. So what is the difference then between organic social media and paid social media? Now, there are key differences. So organic social media is free, right? So this is the views or the actions or the clicks that we get on our posts, which is completely free, right? And the content will then appear on your business profiles on the different social platforms that you have visible, but it will only reach the people who have opted in to follow your pages and their friends or followers. Where paid social media is where we cast the net wider and we pay for those views or actions or clicks from our ads or posts. Then your ads can actually appear in more places, not only on news feeds, but they can also be displayed in partner networks or in apps, right? And ultimately, then you can reach more people. People who have not or are not following you can then also be reached. All right, so let's take a look at how to get started then with social media advertising. Now, it takes time, patience, and commitment. But the key areas to focus on when you are building your strategy are the following. Very, very important is your audience. Focus on your audience. Who are they? What are they interested in? What influences them? Where are they usually online? Which social media platforms do they use? Where do they live? Where do they work? Where do they play? Right? How do they use these different social platforms? What is it that they're actually looking for? Because we need to really choose our channels very carefully. Are you going to focus, is your content going to be more of a business focus on LinkedIn or more of a lifestyle focus on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest? Now, start with one channel, learn it, test it, get the information together, see what resonates with your audience, and then try another channel. So different channels need different strategies because all these social platforms are used in different ways, right? Now, these channels are free to use, and once you get to grips with them, you can then discover other channels that may be relevant, right? For example, what are people doing on YouTube? Why are users on Twitter? What type of content are they looking for? Now think about the content that you may wish to post, and this will differ from the different platforms. People love to know what's going on, so you can share little glimpses of announcements, give useful content. You can maybe run a theme of regular content, show the personality of your brand and the human side beside it, right? So use photos, videos, blog articles, infographics, live broadcasts. So there are lots of social media platforms out there and different ways that they are used, and then ultimately ways to achieve different objectives. So before you start signing up and posting content all over the place, start with a simpler question. What are you hoping to accomplish with your social media platforms? Right, so let's look at a few tips. Now, some of the benefits of social advertising is to, the ability for niche targeting. and how it also complements organic reach. So it can help your business reach those hard to reach audiences via powerful demographic targeting. It can boost your social, your organic social efforts to attract more fans and followers across your key social pages. But as we mentioned earlier, there are so many networks out there. I mean, there are so many different ways to achieve those various objectives. So just be really clear in terms of what are you trying to achieve. Now, set yourself a goal, right? Maybe you're looking to find a faster way to respond to customer queries. What are you hoping to accomplish? Maybe social media is a way for you to reach your existing clients and encourage them to buy from you more than once, or spread the word on your behalf. Again, it's crucial to understand your audience. It is key to your success so that you can target them effectively and give them relevant content. So you need to cut through the noise with a targeted and tailored message that will resonate with your audience and get them to take action. So you need to be consistent with regular updates. You need to be active on whichever platform you choose and actively engage with your audience. So if there are any comments or inbox messages, you need to keep those conversations going, because that is what makes your followers feel valued, and that is what will make them stay loyal. Right, so let's take a look at content marketing then. Now, the essence of content marketing as a marketing strategy is the belief that brands can deliver consistent, ongoing, valuable information to their buyers, and then they will reward us with their loyalty. So, content marketing is really about selling ideas rather than selling products or services, right? So, we use storytelling, we use stories of real humans in our content marketing strategies. Now, content marketing can take many different forms, but there are a few that you may be most familiar with, right? So we engage and consume content every day, all of us, right? And we now need even more touch points than ever to truly engage our potential clients. So some of the more popular types of content is videos, blogs, case studies, guides, downloadable checklists, infographics. So anything from YouTube videos to research papers and success stories. Now, they can be what is called either short form content, which is written content between 300 and 500 words in length in a blog or a Facebook post or tweets or infographics or memes, or they could have long form content like that contains more than 1,000 words, like blog articles and white papers and specific industry types of news. So a few simple ways to get started with your content marketing is build customer personas. Know exactly who those people are. So there are different examples of who your personas are in terms of, before you even write content, define them, understand where they are, what are they reading, where are they located, what is their language settings on their browser. So then it will make it easier for you to create the right content in terms of what it is that you need to say to them. So create different profiles or definitions for each of your customer segments. Then also, when you create a journey map, it's important to understand what are the steps that your clients usually take from where they first engage with your brand up to where they become a paying client or a supporter or a customer. Think of the questions or information that they need in this process to help them make the decision. And then use content to generate business. So facilitate them through the journey. Give them the right types of information to help them make that decisions. And distribute the content on the right channels to reach the right target audience. Always include a call to action, because we always need our users to take the next step. Right, so a few tips just to round up the tips to strengthen your content marketing strategy. Just remember that behind every successful brand is a wealth of valuable and relevant content that really connects with the business's customers. Great content helps to build trust and reputation, and ultimately generate leads. So a few tips: make sure that your content facilitates the sales process. Give your clients the right content to help them make the decision. Use storytelling to engage your audience, not just selling to them. Think of the pages that you follow, the profiles that you follow on social media. Why are you following them? We don't follow profiles for the ads they serve us. we follow the channels for the relevant content they're giving us. So make sure that you distribute the content to maximize your reach and measure performance in terms of your analytics, and then tweak based on your findings. So you are bombarded with all sorts of, or all of us are bombarded with all sorts of product choices every day. But if you want to stay on top of your customers' desires, then email marketing is very effective. So as I mentioned briefly earlier, it is a fantastic and often underutilized channel to support your other digital marketing activities, because it builds loyalty, it builds engagement, and it's also the closest you'll get to direct selling than you can ever get, right? It works well on mobile too. So it's important to create really personalized content. Make sure your campaigns are targeted, where you can actually reach the right people in terms of the customer segments. Make sure that you keep track of the customer experience. Use feedback and surveys to really listen to your audience. Now, your email marketing can help you to send surveys out to your customers in terms of their customer satisfaction levels and get feedback from through your email campaigns. It's really a great tool to connect with already engaged audiences, because it's permission-based, which means those readers must opt into your newsletter or email first, so they want to receive content from you, but give them a reason, right? It also gives you the opportunity to communicate on a large scale with people who care enough to actually sign up to your email list. Because if they are willing to share their email address, they are waiting for content from you. So make sure that you then give them relevant content. Right. So also make sure that people sign up to your email so that you can keep track of their demographics too. Right. So in terms of getting really on track with your email marketing is make sure that you select the right email providers to serve your content. And also there are many free platforms out there and a lot of advanced platforms that can help with your email segmentation. Right, so there are a few platforms that you can use, which we'll type in the comment section for you. But it's also important to build a list of relevant contacts. Make sure that you have their permission when you are contacting them. Invite them to subscribe. Give them the option to opt out. So it's important to segment your list and group them, because it's really dependent on the quality of your list. Right, so the session is going to run a little bit longer. We are going to probably take another 10 or 15 minutes. You are more than welcome to stay or maybe listen to the recording afterwards. We still have a few slides to cover. So we may be a little bit over time, but you're welcome to come back to the recording a little bit later if you need to drop off. Right, so also because there's a few important things that we still need to share. So email marketing works when the audience wants to hear from you. So ask them, what are they interested in, right? Do they want to ask them if they want to receive your emails monthly or weekly. And then select relevant and useful content, because content is the most important part of every aspect of your digital marketing. So treat your readers like VIPs. Show them some personality. Use your tone of voice, your brand personality, your sense of humor to actually keep them engaged, because that's maybe why they signed up in the first place. Keep your emails useful. Think about which emails you open. Which are those emails that you delete right away or just not ever read? If an email doesn't benefit you in terms of the content, then you may not read it. So think like your audience. Right. So how do we strengthen the email marketing strategy then? Make sure that your list is segmented. We communicate different. The way we communicate to existing clients is different to clients who have not bought from us yet or engaged with the business yet. So group your list with relevant content. Keep it short. Make sure that people can quickly browse on their mobiles. If you would like to share a large or a longer piece of content, select or feature one element and then maybe let them click on to your website to read more. Make it easy for your readers to scan quickly if you want to get the gist and the keywords of your message. Then you always need to measure the open rate, measure the click rate, and tweak your campaigns. So it's really vital to figure out what is working for your audience and what is not. So in terms of clicks, you need to test some of the following metrics, like clicks. Your click rate can really help to determine the success of your campaign and reveal the trends of the behavior of your subscribers. Look at your unsubscribe rate. How are people unsubscribing after each campaign, right? That may give you an idea that the content may be irrelevant. Then look at your signups since your last email campaign, right? And then also, do you see that your list is growing or not? Maybe you need to make your content a little bit more interesting, right? So now that we've had a look at a few channels, let's look at the marketing plan. We are probably going to be another 10 or 15 minutes. You are welcome, as I said earlier, to listen to the recording. Right. I'm not going to pause too long for questions at the moment, but please feel free to let us know in the comments if you have any questions. And my colleague Christian, will be more than happy to provide some answers. And then I'll also come back to those questions if there are any. Right. So let's look at building a digital marketing plan. Now, these are the 6 steps on the screen in terms of building an effective digital marketing plan. Firstly, we need to be clear about the business objectives and goals, budget and resources. Step 3 is focusing on the audience. Step 4 is deciding on what it is that, or which channels you're going to use. Step 5 is to plan your activity. And step 6 is to set smart key performance indicators. So smart key performance indicators are specific, measurable, assignable, so you can specify who can do it. And when we say specific and measurable, it means that we are really focusing on a specific area for improvement. Measurable is where we can measure it in terms of numbers, percentages, revenue, right? We really need to pin a number to our key performance indicators. It needs to be realistic, right? What can be realistically achieved given the resources that you have available? And also, by when do you need to achieve the results in terms of being time related? Right, so let's look at a quick scenario. Right, so successful businesses are based both on goals and objectives. So you need to clarify the purpose of your business and identify the actions. So goals are those general statements of desired achievement. What is it in general that you would like to achieve? Where objectives are those very specific steps of actions that you're going to take to reach your goals. So, for example, an example of a business goal is Mondley is a hairdressing business, right? So his business goals are to get more customers through his door and make people in his local area know that his business exists, right? So your business goals should align with your online objectives, right? So your online objectives are how you reach your business goals, whichever channels you are going to use, whichever platforms, right? So how you reach your business goals, they should align with each other naturally in terms of what it is that you are going to focus on your digital marketing. So your business goals could be to make more people aware that you exist, or to sell more products, or to get found by more people, or to get more returning customers, right? So then your online objectives should naturally be to increase your online reach and awareness, to increase website sales or visits, or to increase your social media page likes or followers from your customers, and increase traffic through to your website. Right, so it's really important to understand how they should align. Now, set your objectives with an online focus. So a few examples that we just spoke about earlier for Mondley, for example, in terms of helping him reach his business goals, could be to increase traffic to his website, or to increase online sales, or to increase social media page likes or followers, or to increase online reach and awareness, right? So if the business goal is to make more people aware that you exist, then we need to look at setting the goal to increase reach and awareness online. If the goal is to sell more products, then the goal would be to increase website sales. If it is to be found by more people, then the online goal would be to increase the followers on the page, right? So in terms of getting more customers, it is all about getting more website traffic. So it is very important to then, now that we've covered step 1 in terms of building your plan, let's move on to step 2. So what is possible with what you have in terms of your budget and resources, human resources and other resources? So give yourself an honest statement about what your current challenges are. Now, Mondley's challenge is, I don't have a website as it's too much of an investment right now, right? That is the truth about his limitations at the moment, right? So think about things that you need to consider in terms of your audience. Think about who your target audience who they are. For example, in Mondly's case, I'm targeting females in my local area. My most valuable customers are females above 30 years old, and they normally have children and they work part-time. And most of them use Facebook, right? So now, in terms of demographic information, you need to look at location to identify what location your website traffic is coming from. In terms of age demographic, identify trends in the existing prospect and customer database. In terms of job titles, get a rough idea from where your existing customer base is in terms of or what is more relevant for B2B companies, right? And then thinking about other types of information like their goals. What are the goals that your audience is trying to achieve? In the case of a hairdresser, it's not about going to a salon, it's about looking beautiful, right? That is the problem that they're trying to solve. That's the solution they're looking for. So think of your personas. What are they looking to achieve? What are the problems that they may face? In the case of a hairdresser, it may be that they only have limited time during lunch breaks, so they need a hairdresser close to them. It can be different things. Also, think about their interests. What do customers like to do? Also, that helps for future content, and also in terms of partnerships. So women above the age of 30 who may be Mondly's existing or potential clients, they want easy hairstyles that can fit in with their lifestyles, right? Just as a quick example. Right, now the next step is to choose the marketing channels that work best for your business needs. Not all marketing channels will suit your business goals. If your business goal is more B2B focused, then LinkedIn may be a better channel than Instagram, for example. And so consider which of those channels will work best for you, and then do this by using your online objectives. Right, so think about the different marketing channels and make sure that they are aligned so that the channel outcomes actually match your online objectives to ultimately meet your business objectives and goals. Right, so in terms of inbound marketing, now inbound marketing is a strategy that attracts customers by giving them valuable content. And this is where we use search engine marketing, search engine optimization, content marketing, or blogging, or relevant types of information like downloadable ebooks or checklists or case studies. We use organic social to attract the audience, and also tools like Google My Business. Now, outbound marketing is a strategy that pushes messages to potential clients. That is where we use display advertising so that your content is visible, even though they may not have actively been looking for the solution that you have to offer. Or email marketing, or paid social ads on your social media platforms, or affiliate marketing, where users can actually refer new customers. And then also we can use print ads, billboards, or broadcast marketing. Right, now, how are you now going to plan your online activity strategically? Right, so let's look at Mondly again. So Mondly says, my online objectives are to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. He doesn't have I don't have a website yet, as it's too much of an investment right now. So how can I use digital to help me? So how could Mondly approach his challenge strategically, right? Definitely listing his business on Google My Business and create a free website. The tool is available on Google My Business. Set up a Facebook page, get reviews on Facebook and Google My Business, post pictures of beautiful hairstyles, of the atmosphere of his salon. He can use Facebook targeting or Facebook advertising to target people in the local area with a special offer to maybe attract new customers. Right? And then ultimately, step 6 is, how do we now know if we are achieving success or not? So KPIs, or key performance indicators, then need to be defined according to the critical or core business objectives. So one way to evaluate the relevance of a performance indicator is to use the SMART criteria, as we mentioned earlier, where the SMART criteria make sure that we have specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound key performance indicators. So is your objective really specific? Can you measure progress? Which numbers are you going to use to measure progress? Is your goal realistic? Is it relevant? How relevant is your goal to your organization? And what is the time frame? By when would you like to achieve this goal? So Mondi's smart KPIs would be to increase his online sales by 20% within 3 months, and to increase brand awareness on Facebook by growing his audience with new people by 40%. Specific, right? Now, okay, so Mondli the hairdresser, very important if we put it all together, right? Mondli the hairdresser's digital marketing plan could look like this. His business goal is to reach more people in his local area and get more customers through the door. His online objectives could then be to increase his online reach, increase returning customers. Audience, he's defined them as females between the age of 39 and 45 in a local area, and also past customers. The channels that he decided on is local SEO, Google My Business, and Facebook. The activities that he's going to utilize is to build a website to boost visibility on Google, use Facebook ads to target people in his local area, and his smart objectives would be then to increase the bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter, increase his Facebook page likes from new people by 40% and within the next month. And there we have it. 6 steps to building a digital marketing plan. So to recap, firstly, step 1, clearly define the business goals and objectives. What are you trying to achieve? Be realistic about your budget and your resources available. Always keep your audience in mind. Choose the right channels to reach your audience. Plan your activities and then measure success. Right, so I'm just going to pause for a moment. Are there any questions before we wrap up today's session? Just I'm going to take a few minutes to just answer a few questions. If there may be any, please feel free to type them in the chat. I don't see any yet. Right. Thank you, Christian, for also managing the comment section. Right. If there are questions, let us know. Right. So there are free mentoring sessions available through the Google Mentoring program. So Christian will just post the link in the chat for us, and you are welcome to sign up for those mentoring sessions where digital marketers can actually help you to unpack some of your objectives and how you can meet them online and with clear, practical next steps and guidance. Right. So what are your next steps? Right. So there are practical sessions where you can also engage with some of the other content in the Google Digital Skills program. And you can also, today is just the beginning, right? So there is many other things that you can do. What is the one thing that you can do in terms of your business after today's session that you can change or start doing or do differently? What will you implement first? What is it that you need to focus on first? Right? So these are some of the questions that you also just need to take in mind. Now, Christian will share the link to the Google, some of the Google tools where you can find more information and more training sessions in the chat with you. Right. I see there are no questions. Great. Thank you very much. Okay. Right. Any other questions? Comments or anything else, you're more than welcome to share with us. Right. Okay. So please feel free to find us on social media. Thank you, everybody, for attending today's session. If you'd like to hear more about our upcoming sessions and well as some tips and tricks, and you can follow the Google Digital Skills Africa on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Right. So the links will be posted for you in the chat. Thank you so much for attending today's session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope there was valuable information for you in there. I see there is a question. Is there a mentorship program for students? So we have different mentorship programs. You are welcome to sign up for our Google Digital Skills sessions, and we may be able to answer some of those questions for you. I'm not sure exactly what do you mean by a mentorship program for students specifically. Our mentorship sessions are a little bit more focused in terms of small business owners, entrepreneurs. So as a student, those sessions can also help you in your way forward in the business world. If that helps, not specifically for students at the moment, but our mentorship sessions could definitely assist in helping you to make the most of your career going forward in digital marketing. Sonia, I hope that helps. Right. Okay. I don't see any other questions. If there are no other questions, thank you so much again for attending today's session. And we hope to see you in some of our other sessions coming up. Take care.